for tenors. Welcome to our conversation about affirmations and the science behind affirmations. I felt it was pretty important that when we're focusing so much on affirmations and putting them into our daily routine, that we understand the background and we understand the science behind them. It's the same when we're jumping into our fitness or into our nutrition modules. You know, it's one thing to make the changes and see the positive change in your life, but I think that it's more motivating to implement those things, those habits, those behaviors when you know that it's actually, tried and true. So we're going to jump into the science behind affirmations. So you may choose affirmations for many different reasons. They can help to challenge negative or unhelpful thoughts. So we did explore that when we were, getting to know our critic, getting to know our inner critic. And maybe for some of you, it was really eye-opening to just get a feel for what that critic is saying to you on a daily basis. So our affirmations challenge those negative or unhelpful thoughts. The critic is not helpful. It is destructive. It is not providing any sort of value to our life. So we want to challenge those with our affirmations. Some people might use affirmations for motivation. It can give you, motivation to make positive changes in your life. And so that ties in with positive changes. When you set an affirmation, it gives you the motivation and it gives you the mindset that's required to make positive change in your life. It can also boost your self-esteem. So the feeling of love towards yourself, how positively you think about yourself, your personality, your spirit, your soul. So if you frequently find yourself getting caught up in negative self-talk, positive affirmations can be used to combat those thoughts, so those thoughts against the critic. And oftentimes that is, more often than not, that is subconscious. And that is a subconscious pattern of behavior. So you've got this structure and, and when I say you, I mean we, all of us go through this. We've got patterns and behavioral patterns, cognitive patterns that we've practiced over time. So what we're doing with affirmations is we're trying to break that cycle. We're saying, you know what, when instance A happens, instead of it going this way and jumping onto the critic's path and stabbing a knife through my heart, I'm going to go and acknowledge, oh, that's negative. And I'm going to, just by acknowledging that, be able to be like, I'm going to just, instead of going the critic's route, I'm going to choose the affirmation and I'm going to go this way. And it's going to be so much more positive. So it takes subconscious patterns and replaces them with more adaptive narratives. So it does take a lot of work to do that, but it is so worth it to break that cycle of negative self-talk. So affirmations, they are not magic. They are not magic. They are science. That feels so familiar to calories in, calories out. It's black and white. You've got to execute. You've got to stick to the plan. It doesn't just happen, right? So affirmations, they aren't magic. They require regular practice. Doing an affirmation, once in a while, like once every couple weeks, isn't going to have much transformative power over your life. Just like having one really good day of nutrition and getting a workout in one day out of the month isn't going to give you this like magic solution to where you are and how you're feeling, right? We've got to practice every single day, which is part of why we've got affirmations in our daily habits. So, yes, regular practice. Now, self-affirmation theory is kind of a scientific theory that came about to say, like, yeah, affirmations do work. And what they explored and discovered was that affirmations give us a global narrative. So they give us this flexible, moral feeling, and the words that we use and the affirmations that we speak make us feel capable of adapting to different circumstances. And it does definitely take a lot of the affirmations we explored. It kind of takes us out of ourselves, and it makes us more flexible. And then the ones that jump out at you from the page should be because they stick with you and stand out to you morally, right? Like it's something that aligns with you. So that's why it jumped out at you. And also our self-affirmations, they make up our self-identity. So if we can choose positive things that we're saying to ourselves on a regular basis, then we're contributing positively to make up a self-identity that is positive. And it's flexible. So what is self-identity? Well, self-identity, it is flexible. It is flexible. We can adopt a range of different identities and a range of roles in our life. We can also define our successes in flexible ways as well. So self-identity is not saying, I am a son, I am a mother, I am a boss. That's not self-identity. Self-identity is flexible. So we're adopting a range of different identities. I am a nurturer. I am a teacher. I am a listener. And so that can then carry with you in the different roles that you have in your life. So maintaining self-identity is not, listen. It is not about being exceptional, perfect, or excelling. It is not about that at all, okay? And if you have at any point thought throughout this audit that that's what this is all about, it's not, okay? So I want you to take that idea and I want you to throw it out the window. This is not at all. The audit is not about this. Self-identity is not about this. It is not about being exceptional. It is not about being right. It is not about being perfect. It is not about excelling, okay? We just need to be competent and adequate in different areas that we personally value in order to be moral, flexible, and good. We explored 8 different categories in our audit. 8. And I had you put those in order of your most important to your least important. And so it's really important that we don't look at others and say, and make judgment calls based on where we are. Right? If my first priority is the mind domain, and I take a look across the room and I say, oh, well, their mind domain, it's not doing so hot. They're maybe not there. It's maybe not where they are. So it's not about your identity and those words, teacher, listener, nurturer. That's not about being exceptional, perfect, or excelling completely in those categories, right? That's just something that we value and that we feel competent and adequate in. But it doesn't mean we're perfect at them. And we personally value them, and then we work within them to be moral, flexible, and good. So that is why our audits are so important, is they give us an idea of where we are weakest, and then we rate them in order of importance. And that gives us an opportunity to reflect on what's important to us. And then more often than not, you'll probably feel like those affirmations you picked are reflective of what is most important to you in those areas. So this journey is the farthest thing away from being perfect or having it all figured out. It is the understanding that we are flexible, fluid beings that are just always trying to do our best. We're all just trying to do our best. And it's, as soon as you accept that is not about perfection, it's not about being exceptional. And I will speak to the type A's in the room. I am a type A. I'm a perfectionist. I want to be perfect. I want to be good. It's impossible. And if you ever have a moment of feeling like you are perfect in one category, I challenge you to look at it again, because it's probably not the case. So the journey is the furthest thing away from being perfect. The journey is about being flexible, being fluid, just taking things as they come, and believing and encouraging yourself that in those flexible moments, you're going to be able to affirm yourself so that you can move forward in a positive way and you feel competent and adequate in doing so. So self-efficacy is our belief in our ability to execute behaviors to produce specific performance attainments. So it's our belief that, when you give me project A, I can complete that. I feel competent. I feel that I have the behaviors and the skills needed to do that. And so that is our self-efficacy, or our belief in our ability to execute the behaviors that are required to achieve specific performance attainments.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time on the 410 Method.